Hello everyone, welcome back to SFDC Panther. This is Amit Singh and this is going to be our first video of the year 2022. So I wish you a happy new year and wish you all the happiness throughout this year. We are in the Flow Builder series. So here we are going to talk about another scenario, which is scenario number 6. So the scenario is, there is an employee called Martha Combs. She is working for a company called TechFuse India Private Limited, and she has given a task where she needs to update lead rating to hot and status to working contacted whenever the lead source is changes to partner referral. So what she needs to do is, if a lead is created or a lead is updated, and if the lead source is updated to partner referral, she needs to update lead rating to hot and lead status to working contacted. Then there is another part of the requirement that she needs to accomplish is, she also needs to create a lead assignment rule which will check if lead status is working contacted and rating is hot. That lead must be assigned to the partner queue through a lead assignment rule. So you don't need to write any kind of custom logic. So here we have got two different parts of the same requirement. The first part we are going to achieve with the help of a before save flow. The second part we are going to achieve with the help of an after save flow. So let's quickly see here. There are some limitations on the lead assignment rule. Okay, so what limitations are there? Whenever we edit any lead record with the help of a flow, a process builder, workflow rule, or any trigger or FS class, the lead assignment rule doesn't trigger automatically. Even there are lead assignment rule we create, the criteria will meet, but still lead assignment rule will not trigger. So if we wanted to trigger, we have to use some sort of custom Apex code. So what our scenario number 2 says we need to trigger the lead assignment rule. So as we know that lead assignment rule cannot be triggered automatically, so what we will have, we will use an invocable Apex, and that invocable Apex have this sample code to update the lead record, and it will trigger our lead assignment rule. So you see here we've got database.dml option. This is a DML option is a class inside a database class. Okay. Then what we have got is, we are going to say assignment rule header use default rule set to true. So assignment rule header can be checked for assignment rule, it can be checked for auto response rule, as well as it might be checked for our duplicate rule as well. And depending on which object we are going to do, we have to query on that object, get the lead record and update that. That's what we will be doing as a part of number 2. So before we go ahead, please make sure you like, share, subscribe the channel, and also press the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates from the channel SFDC Panther. So just go ahead, log into your Salesforce org and navigate to the setup. From the setup, in the quick search box, just find flows. If you find flows over here under process automation, you will see all the flow which are listed here that we have developed throughout our series or some sort of practice purpose. So what we will do is, first thing we will complete the very first part, which was updating the lead status and rating. Okay, so we will select record triggered flow. You can select whatever the layout you want. I will always prefer auto layout. Which object it is lead object. When it should be, either a lead is created or updated. Then we have to put one condition over here. We will say that lead status. Okay, let's say that lead status, sorry, it is a lead source, not status. So we need to say if lead source equal to partner referral, then only we will execute our flow. This flow is going to be before flow, so we will always select optimize for field updates. So it will act as a before save flow. We will click on done. Now what we will do is, we will check if the lead source has been changed to partner referral. So we will say, okay, put a decision box over here and we will say check if lead source changed to partner referral. That is going to be our label, and there is a API name which will auto-populate it. For the outcome labels, we will say change to partner referral and we will say yes. Here we will get record, you already know, and then under record we will say lead source equal partner referral. This is the first thing we will check. Next thing that we will check is, we will check record dot lead source does not equal to record prior dot lead source. That means it will check for the previous value of the same pick list field. Okay. Now we have got this. We've got this changed to partner referral. We will go ahead, do the assignment, and we will say populate lead status and rating. So what lead status we will say? We will populate under record, and status is going to be working contacted because that is coming from partner referral, and then we will have record dot rating, which we will be changing to hot, and then done. So this is a very simple flow that is very easy. Before save flow, no update, no DML, no query. And you can just go ahead, click on save, and you can put the label like update, lead rating, and status. So we have got this flow which is here for us. We can go ahead and debug this. We say either we wanted to check for created or we wanted to check for updated. But again, we must need to make sure that our lead source is partner referral. So we will go there and into our sales application. We will find where is leads. We will navigate to the leads item. We will find one lead whose status is at least partner referral, so that we can quickly, whose lead source is partner referral. Okay. So yes, here is one lead source, partner referral. Why we are basically picking this lead source so that we can check our flow. That is just for debugging purpose. So come back here, select your lead here. You won't see, then if you don't see, you have to remove this mister. Then we will see this is our lead. We will click on run. You can see this is the path that our flow is taking. That means it is working. We can again do the debug. We can say, okay, update it. And for update, you will see here it is basically your complete record. The partner referral is there. We will try to run it and we will see what happens. This route is getting changed, checked. Why? Because lead status was already their partner referral. There was no change. So our flow is working fine. We will go ahead and activate this. And to test this, what we have to do is, let's first change the status to open not contacted. Okay, that is first thing we will do for the any lead that you find. Then we need to make sure that we are changing the status to something else, not status. We will changing the partner referral to, let's say, that web. We will changing the rating to cold. We will save it. Okay, we have just prepared the data. Now the real testing will be here. So what we will do is, let's quickly say we've got web. We will change it to partner referral. The status and rating must be changed automatically based on our flow. So you see here the status has been changed to working contacted, rating has been changed to hot, status is working contacted. Now this was in case of update. What if in case of create? Okay, so just go ahead, click on this drop down, clone this, and this time you will say here we've got, let me quickly add cloned keyword at the end. Status, I will change it open not contacted. Okay, lead source, I will remain as it is partner referral. Rating, let's quickly say warm. Go ahead and save this. So we have got this record which has been cloned. Let's go quickly navigate to this record and see if the status has been changed to working contacted, rating has been changed to hot. That means our flow is working for both the cases. So the first part of our requirement is done. Now what is going to be the second part of our requirement? Okay, second part of our requirement is basically going to call the lead assignment rule from our events. So how we are going to do that? We are going to call an after save flow. The reason why we are using an after save flow, because we will be needing the record ID of the lead so that we can trigger the lead assignment rule. One more thing is that if there are any other processes or flows or something which are working, that can be completed and then only our flow work in order to execute that lead assignment rule. So our flow will be on the lead object. We will wait for a minute, okay, and then we will execute a call which is going to be our invocable apex, and we will end. So in order to have the trigger lead assignment rule in a place for a lead object, what we will be needing? We will be needing a queue, a partner queue for the lead object. We will be needing a lead assignment rule as well. So let's quickly do that. Go to the setup and search for queue. Under users, you will find queue. We have to create one queue with the name of partner queue. So go ahead and click on new if you don't have, and we will say okay. Partner queue is the name. For which object it is? It is for lead object. So we'll quickly search for lead. We got this lead object. We wanted to have, let's say that we wanted to have admin user and security user there as a part of the member of the queue. And we will go ahead and save this. The very first thing is there for our queue that we have just created. Then there is a lead assignment rule. So search for lead assignment rule on the quick box. You will select lead assignment rule under marketing. There will be by default one lead assignment rule which is standard and it might be active in your org. And what we need to do is we need to create a new one. Before we go ahead, there is one more important thing about assignment rule, which can be a lead or case assignment rule, is at a time there can be only one lead assignment rule active. There can be multiple lead assignment rule, you can create, no limitations, but only one assignment rule will be active. So we can just give the name whatever we want. We'll say lead assignment rule, we will say active and save it. As soon as we will activate it, we will again get back to the list of lead assignment rules. Click on the name of your rule that you have just created. Now here we have to define the entries. So one rule can be active at a time, but entries can be more, I think up to 50. I am not quite sure about the numbers, but I believe we can create entries up to 50 or 500. That is something number we can verify by Googling it. So we can have multiple entries. So we will create one. Okay, we'll click on new. We will say okay. Start order is the one. This is the order on by which your rules will be executed. So if you have 1, 2, 3, or say 10, 20, 30, that is how your rule will be executed. And as soon as one rule is executed, met the criteria, it did a task, no other rules will be executed. So now what here we will say here, we will say lead status. Okay, so we'll find out the lead status. It is equal to partner referral, sorry, not partner referral, it is equal to working contacted. Okay, that is the one criteria. The second criteria is lead rating equal to hot, and third criteria is lead source is partner referral. So for rating, we will select hot from the lookup because that is again a picklist field. So let's select hot. And then we will select for lead source, we will select partner referral. So if these three criteria matches, we need to change the owner of lead to the partner queue. To whom we wanted to assign? We wanted to assign to queue. What is a queue? We will select, okay, go ahead and search that queue, which is partner queue for the lead object, and go ahead and save this. So what we just did it, we created a lead assignment rule, we created one entry, okay? Now, if you wanted to create more entries, you can have like based on the reason, based on some other status, you can do that. But for now, this particular entry is going to work for us. Next thing we have to do is, now we have to create our flow, which is going to work as after save flow for the lead. And before we go ahead and create a flow, we need to develop an Apex class, which will have one invocable method. We have already talked about what invocable methods are. So we'll go ahead, we'll come back here. So basically I have created a class called lead assignment using flow. Lead assignment using flow is the class that you will get under the description of the video. This is an invocable method having a label lead assignment using Apex. Description is trigger the lead assignment rule. Category is lead. We have already discussed about each and every property of this method. There is a method called public static void lead assign. It is accepting the list of IDs, basically the single ID. Then what we did is we prepared the DML option we have already discussed. This DML option can have multiple options like triggering the lead assignment or case assignment rules or duplicate rule, as well as having an option to insert or update record partially. That is also is there. We did the query. We said that, okay, give us the lead record where the ID is whatever the IDs we are getting from here. And then what we have is basically we are adding that, just a minute. So we are setting the options on this particular lead record. We say that lead record.set options, and these are the DML options. So what it will do, as soon as we perform this update record, it will trigger the lead assignment rule. And once lead assignment rule will get triggered, it will basically, what it will do is, it will change the owner of lead. Before we go ahead, we have to create a flow. Let's close this flow. We'll get back here, click on new flow. And this time, again, it will be after save flow on the same object, the lead that we have seen. So record triggered flow. And we will configure on the object, and we will say that after update or create or update. Okay. So we will say we have got lead object, create or update. We will say, okay, let's quickly click on add. And we can say lead source, because we want those criteria must be there. And then we will say, okay, let's quickly have status and then rating. Lead source must be partner referral, status must be working contacted, and rating must be hot. When these three conditions are met, we need to, only when the record is updated to meet the specific criteria, just select this. If you don't select this, you'll get the error. I will show you what error we will get. Let it be here. Okay. Then we need actions and related records, because we are not updating the same record. And we will select include or run asynchronous path. We don't need that. Go ahead and click on done. Then we will be needing add a scheduled path, because we will be executing our code after 1 minute. So we'll say that after 1 minute. Time, we will select when a lead is created or updated. Offset is going to be 1. Offset option is going to be minutes after. And advanced option, go there and put the batch size as 1, so that it only execute the record where batch size is 1. Now here what we did, we say if a lead is created or updated, execute 1 minute after. Okay, go ahead and click on done. This is our 1 minute after. We will go there, find our action, because that is our action. We will say lead assignment rule using Apex. That is the invocable action we have created. We need to send the record ID, yes, and what will be, it will be record.id, and click on done. Okay, it says that there is some error. So record.id and click on done. Now it is done. Okay, we will go ahead and click on save, and we can say that lead assignment rule. So now you see here what it says, that record this flow has a scheduled path with the time source based. When a record is created or updated, configure the flow to run only when a record is created or updated to meet the condition requirements. The reason is that if we keep this condition, okay, let me show you here. If we keep this condition, so every time we update a record, it will schedule the path. It will schedule an action that should not be. That is why we say, okay, just do it. Make sure it is the only, and we will click on done. And then we will save it. As soon as we save it, you will see the activate button is now populated. We can activate this. But before we activate, I would like to show you that it doesn't work if we don't activate the flow. It doesn't trigger the lead assignment rule. I will go ahead and I will again clone this lead. And this time I will just give it a name as cloned 1. I will again change the status and rating. It says that duplicate records are there. We don't bother about that. The status, lead source is partner referral, which is our requirement. We will save this. Now you saved here. It says duplicate are there. Okay, we have found duplicate. We don't need to worry. It says working contacted is changed. Rating is also changed, but owner is still admin user. That means our lead trigger assignment hasn't worked. Okay, so we have to get back to our flow. Activate this, because this is the way to test. Now what we will do is I'm going to delete this, because I don't need this lead. I will create one more. So I will clone this lead. Okay, So go ahead, clone this, whatever we have just created. So I'm say Mike James instead of clone. Okay. Let it be lead source to partner referral, open contacted, cold, and save this. So we will save. The lead will be saved. Our before save flow will work. The owner is still admin user. The reason is that the flow will execute after 1 minute. So where we will find out if our flow has been executed or not. So we will go there, we'll type, we will get back to setup, quick find box, we will type monitoring, and we will say time-based workflow. This is what we need to click. You will pop up a window, click on search. You will see here, it says that this is a record. Mike James, Metropolitan Health Services is the company name on the lead. This is a lead assignment rule is a workflow, flow, or process builder triggered by user admin when it is going to schedule after 1 minute. So after 1 minute, when we'll come back, we will see the lead owner has been changed to partner queue, which was the intended and which was basically expected outcome. So now you can see here, I refresh the page. I can see this is assigned to partner queue now. If you get back to your time-based flow, you click on search. This particular entry is gone because that has been executed. So that was basically the time-based flow we have already talked about. Okay. Now, if you wanted to know what all cases leads are assigned to this particular partner queue, you can go to the lead. Okay. Once you go to the lead, you will see the recently list view, or you might see some other list view which you have pinned. Just click on this lead recently view. And once you click on this lead recently view, you just need to go to here. You will find partner queue. So whenever you create a queue, there is a list view created for that queue for the particular object. And you can see this lead is assigned to you. Now, if you select this, if you accept it, it will be changed on your name. If I do the accept, it will change on my name. So this is it for this video. Thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me into the comment section. If you have any scenario, you can email us to the email which is mentioned in the description of this video. We will meet into the next scenario of a flow builder. Thank you.